back up to Temple Island.
Attention.
Neil's headed off for a well-deserved lunch, and we've got Cameron Nicol in the commentary box alongside me until lunch at 12:30. And we're watching the Hambleden Pairs Challenge Cup, and I'm just keeping a very close eye on the buck station here, because Van Aanholt and Wilms are heading a little bit dangerously out towards the middle of the water. Sarah Winklis, the umpire, reaches for the flag but doesn't wave it, because Van Aanholt and Wilms have realised the error of their ways and corrected. And now we're with a lead for the Dutch. The bucks station there, you can see, have got a lead. Good morning to Cameron, how are you?
Very well, Tim, how are you?
I'm good. I'm thoroughly enjoying Friday of Henley Royal Regatta. It's, as always, every day goes by as a step up in class, and there's a step up in the competitiveness of all the racing.
Stunning races so far this morning. What I love about Henley Royal Regatta is these last two races exemplify the fact that you can have international crews exhibiting some of the best technique, the best rowing that you can see, and you have your university and other crews that are able to come up against them and test their speed. So amazing, amazing scenes this morning.
So Van Aanholt and Wilms of the Netherlands seem to have this race under control early.
Yeah, and for the international crews like this Dutch pair, and also we've just seen the Great Britain Women's 4, this will be a really lovely opportunity to build some speed, get that first quarter, first half of the race under their belt, and then they will just reduce that rate of striking and reduce that speed down. But mentally they will be rehearsing what they're going to be doing in subsequent and later rounds as the regatta builds towards those semi-finals tomorrow, and then obviously Sunday for finals day.
So women's pairs, we're back live with the action.
And one of the things that draws my attention here for those of us watching at home is we can just see the flags in the background. Really strong headwind looks like it's been picking up. Particularly relevant for these smaller boats, where sometimes you can just get that popple and that wind really affecting the balance of the hull, which makes it a little bit more challenging than those bigger boat types of the fours, the quads, and certainly the eights as well. Lovely shot of these two pairs, and you can just see, hopefully you can appreciate at home the contrast. There we go, a little crab on bow side for the Dutch pair. Just talking about those conditions, very challenging in those, particularly these smaller boats.
Well, Wilms looked in quite a lot of discomfort when we saw that close-up of the Dutch boat a moment ago, and Van Aanholt and Wilms there had a real wobble, didn't they? They'd have knocked their momentum, and it'll have just reminded them that they need to stay very focused, because the conditions, as you say, are getting a little bit more challenging.
Yeah, and everyone is susceptible to this. It doesn't matter how many Olympic gold medals you've won. If your blade gets caught by the water, you're going to be catching a little crab, as we call it in rowing, which is where that blade gets stuck in the water, which we saw from this Dutch pair just moments ago. But they've recovered really nicely, and what I love about this crew at the moment is just a real sense of ease, long, languid strokes, really nicely placing the blades and levering them past the hull. Really nice.
So looking smooth as they head in front of the enclosures, having regained their composure. Just a little wobble again, back towards the buck station, but they've created a good lead here. That will have given them the EBGBs, won't it? Just that wobble, it didn't need to be much more severe to be race over.
It's quite challenging to go in the pair, but it does happen. We have seen pairs capsize in the past, and certainly in the singles. Once that oar gets stuck in, because you only have one oar on each side for balance, and she's getting warned actually. Yeah. So Sarah Winklis, the umpire, is warning once again to this Dutch pair. When the wind is this high and the water is this lively, steering becomes an extra level of challenge, and so these smaller boats particularly will need to have one eye really focused on that line and making sure that they're nice and safe in their rowing as well.
And they seem to have corrected, and hopefully for them this last bit of the race will be uneventful.
Wesselmann and Cassidy doing a really nice job there on the right-hand side of your shot. They're just increasing their rate of striking. They know that they need to be putting in all of their efforts right now if they're going to have any chance of getting back on terms with that Dutch crew. I really like what they're doing in the water, actually. Real nice synergy, good symmetry in their body movements, giving it everything so they can get across the line as fast as they possibly can.
Yeah, Isabella Cassidy and Charlotte Wesselmann just raising the rate to try and get back on level terms, but there's going to be too much to do in front of stewards, and the Dutch very nearly there. Wilms and Van Aanholt with a few more strokes.
A lovely shot down Stewart's enclosure. This is what I love seeing build throughout the day, just that energy as the crews come down, closing stages of the course, confirming that win for that Dutch pair of Aanholt and Wilms.
Hambleden Pairs Challenge Cup, Van Aanholt and Wilms safety through against Wesselmann and Cassidy.